Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, I am Jack of all trades, here with My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 4. Given the cliffhanger at the end of the last episode, I am very curious what's going to happen in this one. For those that don't know, what I've been doing with Season 4 is I have read the manga as far as the previous episode. So I'll watch this episode, and then read that bit of the manga, and then watch the next episode, and then read that bit. So, having just read the last chapter, that's the end of Volume 14 of the manga. So this next episode is the first part of volume 15, so I had to go and buy said volume. While I was there, I got a little sidetracked. I wound up getting 3 books rather than just 1. But they had a deal on, they had a 3 for 2 deal, and they had the next volume of Vigilantes and the next school brief novel there. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty good for My Hero Academia content at the moment. Anyway, without any further ado, let's just get right into this episode and see what happens.
You know? Hey, look,
Okay.
heroes! That's the guy
Cat girls and bunny girls. Of course.
Sort of nerve-wracking.
Yeah? Oh, that must be strange. Don't you worry. Sir and Bubble are the ones who are actually watching the target today, so I can teach you all about patrol duty. We'll get you up to snuff. Just watch and learn, my friend!
I still don't get it.
Makes
Why
sense.
didn't no
Mirio's
one say
awesome.
anything to me about Nighteye?
Evidently, Nighteye and
All
Bubble
my
Girl
chores
don't do
wrong.
particularly great
Mirio should have
at that
inherited the
job.
power.
I just don't want to have to talk to the guy.
Yeah, come on.
Something big must have gone down if they're not even on speaking terms anymore.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
we
find
forgot
out.
something. Our hero names. We should know each other's, right?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, totally. I'm Deku.
Deku? Like Deck? That's weird.
I like it.
Okay, well, I'm Lemillion. For the number of people I'll save.
Aw.
You know, can't save them all. But I can at least shoot for saving 1,000,000 instead, so that's what I'm doing. When we
Nice.
put on our costumes and start hitting the streets, that's when we
Makes
become
sense.
heroes.
Nice.
So don't let your guard down, Deku.
Got it.
I have just sort of noticed you've got Mirio's outfit leaving his mouth exposed, and then Deku's only covers his mouth. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Mirio is with him. In the last episode, they didn't show Mirio was there with him.
Whoa, I'm
In the
sorry.
manga, they did, and here they
You
did.
took a
Okay.
tumble. Why is she trembling?
You should be more careful.
Or she's just scared. Because Overhaul had that thing where Compress touched him.
We don't want to cause trouble for the heroes.
Okay. I'm really on edge here, and I shouldn't be.
Careful not to arouse any suspicion.
Intro? Okay. Whew. I am way too on edge. I think it's because we have absolutely no idea what's up with Overhaul. We don't know his plan. We don't really know the full capabilities of his quirk or anything. We just know that he can kill you with a scratch. As we saw with Magne. And I'm assuming that it was his quirk that fused the reservoir dogs with, like, the ground and the tires and their car and stuff. It could be some other member of the CHILDEREN guy. But I don't know. We still have to meet all these new characters. So, in that sort of big fight there, of the League of Villains we only see twice in Toga, which makes me think Compress is going to be out commissioned for at least the rest of this half of the season. Shigaraki, we don't know where he is. We still don't know about the rest of the League, who are absent at that warehouse, but I imagine we're not going to find out about them, at least not in this half.
I hope you'll forgive my daughter, Hero. I
Okay.
don't know what to do with her. Always playing rough, bumping into things.
Chisaki from CHILDEREN. The man Nighteye is after.
Whoopsie daisy, looks like that darn mask came off again. You might want to think about getting it resized, my friend. I'm so sorry about that. It was our fault, too.
Because Nighteye said not to erase
If
suspicions.
I let him see how freaked out I am, he'll get suspicious.
Yeah.
And that could screw up Nightheye's entire case.
I know that mask.
And keep the
You must
mask
be
to
from
hide your
Mansakai,
face.
Right? You guys are famous around here.
Yeah, please don't mind the
Oh.
mask. It keeps out the filth. I don't believe I've seen you two in the area
See, you have a
before.
bit of a scar there.
Right. Well, we're still pretty new, but you
Overhaul.
probably already guessed that much. We need to finish patrolling this division by lunch. Come on, let's go. Right.
Oh, shit. Ah, I almost swore there as well. Oh, no, they have to leave. Oh,
Excuse me.
oh
I'm
no.
sorry, but your daughter seems scared.
A reaction to being scolded.
You're making him more suspicious.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, but this girl, she's grabbed me and won't let go.
Victoria.
She's got bandages
I
all
don't-
over.
I don't even
Those
know
are
what-
just from playing rough.
Aries an exceptionally clumsy girl.
Her whole body's shaking, but she's not
Airy,
making a
okay.
sound.
But I don't know what I do in this
Does that
situation.
seem like it's
This
normal
is...
to you?
It's dangerous
Oh.
to make assumptions about what's normal for other people.
Chisaki obviously doesn't want us to pry. If we spook him now, he'll be even less likely to show himself. We have to let it go.
Togeda wants us to leave, but that would only make him more suspicious.
No,
What
it
hero
wouldn't.
would abandon a frightened child?
When we put on
True.
our costumes and take to the streets,
We're heroes.
Okay, okay.
Tell me, what are you doing to this girl?
Oh, that's an awesome shot.
You heroes really pick up on the subtlest things, don't you? Very well. This situation is embarrassing, so I'd prefer to discuss it where we won't be overheard.
No, he intends to kill them. Don't just go, just take her. Just go. Oh, well, I suppose that... no.
Hard to admit that you can't control your own child, but lately, Eri defies me no matter what I try.
What do you try?
Are we...
parenting, man. Sounds rough. That can't be
Actually, his...
Yes,
no?
children are tricky. So determined to do whatever they want. That sometimes they just don't listen.
Is Overhaul actually her dad? Oh, to save them, she goes with him.
Oh, good. Done with your temper tantrum?
Oh, this is messed up.
Eri, are you...
She's always like this.
Oh, I hate
Sorry
this
to
so
involve you in our
much.
family drama. I'm sure you have better things to be doing. Good luck with your internships.
Wait!
This theme.
We're not going after them.
Oh, that
He's
music.
ready to get violent. That's why she went back.
Yeah,
If we keep
yeah.
pushing him, he's gonna be even harder to catch. For now,
He
let's
can also
focus.
definitely hear you. At least whisper this conversation, man. Come on.
They may be
Of
weaker
course
than
it
they
starts
used
to
be,
rain.
But the Yakuza still know how to pick a stronghold. Nice high walls and not too many windows, right? Oh, hey, my phone. It's Million. He says they came into contact with Chisaki.
The young people today are sicker than ever. Chrono, prepare the bath. Yes, sir.
Chrono.
Sorry, boss. I swear, I barely took my eyes off her. The kid made a break for her.
And clean that up. Right.
And he had...
This is maddening. They're all
Yeah.
infected with hero syndrome.
Sorry, it was a total oops.
He had the little
I mean, wow, what
sort
are
of
the odds of randomly running
bubbling
into a
up on his
target
skin
the street
there
like
again.
that?
No, I must accept
Or
responsibility.
allergic reaction or something.
I should have used foresight on you two. It's my fault. Chisaki and his gang
Midoriya's
were
hair
involved in
sort
a
of
recent
down
traffic
west.
accident caused by a group of hoodlums, which isn't
Yeah,
remarkable in
yeah.
and of itself.
That was the
except
Reservoir
there were
Dogs.
0 casualties. The thieves experienced intense pain and lost consciousness.
Okay, so they didn't
But they
die.
were uninjured, and even reported that pre-existing ailments like rheumatism and cavities were completely gone. The authorities believe Chisaki's quirk may have been responsible.
Okay.
But with the villains caught and nobody harmed, there was no crime to accuse him of.
The money that was stolen burned up, so there was nothing left to recover. The police didn't find any sign of a crime in that regard either. But the whole thing seemed suspicious, so Nighteye Agency began watching Hasaikai. We haven't figured
Okay.
out what it is yet, but
I-
we may be
oh.
onto something.
I think I know what his quirk is. That's really
At
clever.
least a little. Our brief encounter yielded some new info.
I'll talk about it after because I need to pay attention to what they're saying.
A
A daughter, yeah, does he?
Little
That's
girl
interesting.
called Eri.
I think that was a
Her
lie.
limbs were all wrapped in bandages. I don't know anything else about
I don't
her.
think we saw her
She was
dad in the
asking for help.
outro though,
There
so
must be something
possible.
we can do to protect her.
If you rush, they are that much more likely to escape. You're not so special
Okay.
that you can save whoever you want, whenever you want. We've asked other agencies
That's a good lesson
team
for him
up
to
with
learn.
us. We must first predict our opponent's moves and then make preparations to face him. Good intentions alone aren't enough to save the world. The wisest villains hide in the shadows. In order to find them, we must watch and wait.
And so, the first day of my work study ended,
Yeah.
leaving me with a sick feeling in my stomach.
That was day
You
one.
have to stop disobeying me like this. You're the core of my plan, you know. And I would hate to have to get my hands dirty.
Overhaul, got a sec? It's Shigaraki from the League of Villains. He says that he's got an answer for you.
He's taking off the trench coat. Okay. I like that we're seeing...
So, like, what happened to Bakugo? Was he fighting again?
He's not the only one busted up. Look at the back of the room.
His beautiful face!
Oh.
Who would do such a thing?
Class is starting now. Sadly, I must mark Sue and Uraraka tardy.
Their absences are excused. Kirishima isn't here either, is he?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Yeah, they're with
Those
the...
three found places to do work studies.
Whoa, for real?
Hey, how'd your work study go? Were there lots of scantily clad heroines at the agency, huh?
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to hear about you getting ahead of me!
I love that he can respond to Bakugo's outburst like that with a smile now. That's great.
Please. Please don't go.
Oh. Oh, is he running in? Oh, wow. That's cool.
I have to talk to you, woman!
It's like a workout.
Okay, young Midoriya is here. Hold on, how did you even know where I was?
He didn't. He was just running around until he found you.
You knew what I was walking into.
I want that. I really want that
He
tracksuit.
understands how One for All works. And he wanted you to pass it on to Togeda, not me.
I wasn't sure it was my place to tell you.
Of course it was! To hear all of this at once, be rejected by him! And before I even had a chance to make sense of it all! The worst part was not knowing why you kept it a secret. How I should feel about it. I need to know everything, All Might! Not as your fan, but as your successor!
Oh, that.
Didn't think knowing this information would help with your development. But if you really want the truth,
That was
Anything's better than having to keep
beautiful.
secrets from me.
The visuals
regret this.
in this season have been amazing. I don't know how much of that
Okay,
is
so Nighteye had
directly
always
from
been
the
a
manga and
fan
how
of
much is
mine.
this. Okay, here we
It was
go.
my policy not to take on sidekicks. But eventually I gave in and let him be my number 2.
Okay.
We worked together for about 5 years. He was the brain behind my operations.
I know that much. I also know you two got along.
Yeah.
We
Thinking
did.
about it, they've not mentioned Nighteye and Vigilantes yet.
6 years ago, we dissolved
Interestingly,
that
so I
partnership
imagine-
because of my injury.
6 years ago, okay.
Turns out we had different values.
This is reckless, All Might. It's time for you to step down.
But everyone's looking to me for my help. And who will be the symbol until I find someone like that? Even if All for One is beaten, another villain will replace him.
I know the importance of the symbol. I revere its function. But please, All Might, you can't even smile right now. I'll say
Hearing
it
the
again.
pain in his voice
you must
there.
retire. If you continue your hero activities like this, I won't support you.
You saw it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I told you not to use your foresight on me.
If you step away now, another number 1 will appear. Things may be rough for a little while, but we'll survive.
And while we're figuring this all out, how many people will have to fear for their lives?
Listen to us!
Besides, your foresight is never wrong, so why fight this?
There just hasn't been any precedent for it. But I think I can change the future! At this rate, events will play out as I've seen. That can't happen! Don't you see? I'm here because I want to do something to help you! Please, All Might!
I'm sorry, but for the sake of this world, I have to be able to say that
Oh,
I'm
you
still
say
here.
run.
Please stop! If you continue like this, you'll face off against a villain and die an unspeakably gruesome death!
The two of us parted ways after that argument. We couldn't agree about my future.
Wow.
Principal Nezu recommended young Togeda to me, but before I could meet him, I ended up running into you. I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you.
I found myself starting to tear up a bit there. That was really intense. Oh.
All Might's going to die?
Yeah.
That's when it really hit me.
Yeah.
Death. I'd known something bad was coming. You're passing your one-for-all onto a quirkless middle school student?
That's the right choice to make. The boy wants to save people.
He can't do that with intentions alone. There are any number of other people who are more suitable.
Perhaps. But that doesn't mean he's not worthy. He will wield One for All next. He rejected my decision. He thought I was an idiot, throwing my power away. So he started training a candidate he thought was better.
I'm definitely going to rewatch this episode just to take all this in.
Tell me about Night-Eye's vision. How far into the future was it?
Yeah, we don't know.
6 or 7 years. The further into the future he sees, the harder it is to know exactly when something will happen.
So it's either
foresight has never been wrong.
The fight with One for All, no, the fight with All for One, and it didn't happen, or it's still to come that some villain is going to kill him.
This can't happen. I want you to live, All Might. Our promise.
I want you to introduce yourself to the world and proudly say, I am here.
I can't do that yet, so live until I can keep our pact. Watch me tell them I am here. I need you here.
Oh.
Don't you understand?
So despite my future, I'll keep fighting with you by my side, young Midoriya. Because you have changed me, I promise that I will live. I won't be killed. I will mold my fate and strike down anything else that gets in our way with this.
Toshinori is phenomenal. Best character.
I'll keep on living. I won't let them end me. The future that's been foretold will not come to pass. Hey, who knows? Maybe I've already reshaped my destiny into the future I wanted.
Not yet. We can't be positive his prediction won't come true. It can't happen. I refuse to let it. That's why, no matter what happens to you, I'll be there to help fight fate.
I'll try not to be too much trouble.
Oh,
I promise.
when Toshinori smiles. Just because it fills his whole face.
Hold on.
Eerie. Yeah.
Have Nighteye use his foresight on you again! Make up with him! Then we'll see if the future's already been changed!
Doesn't that seem
okay?
A little, I don't know.
It's a matter of life and death! I'll try to bargain with him!
Wait, young Midoriya! Think about how Nighteye must feel about all this!
That makes sense. But what happens when he uses it and finds out more precisely how it's going to happen? Because we've established... Okay, while I'm watching this, Overhaul being Aries' dad. Hair color from mom. Okay, we see a shoulder. She draws someone with long hair and someone with the glasses. So, I'm not taking colors literally there, because they're child's drawing. It's a really interesting development, so I don't know what to make of it if Overhaul is Aries' dad. I've really warmed up to this outro. Initially, with like episode 1, I wasn't sure what to make of it, but I'm loving it now. After credit scene.
Boring office.
Okay.
I don't like overly cluttered rooms.
You had me walking in circles underground for 30 minutes. I'm not an ant. More importantly, did you really mean what you said on the phone the other day? That you'll join us under the right conditions?
No, he still intends to kill you. Okay. Nope, don't want to preview. Okay. Right, I'm immediately after this going to probably watch the episode again and then read that chapter of the manga. Because a lot to take in there. So episode 2 is my favourite episode of the season so far. This has now overtaken that, because episode 2 had a really good first half, with everything with the League and Overhaul and everything. And the second half was okay. This had a good first half, and a good second half. So, I'm very intrigued as to where this season is going. Yeah, what I said about Midoriya's mask and Million's mask. Yeah, Deku has the hood that he should be flipping up, but very rarely does. So, my biggest takeaway is, at the moment from that scene, I really like Midoriya's mask. It's cool. I want to see him wearing the full thing at some point this season. Okay, so we got the reveal that the Team Reservoir Dogs
Don't you forget the name!
survived their encounter. We still don't know Bubble Girl's quirk. I've seen the original fan art, the original art submission that Bubble Girl is based on that had sort of like bubbles around her, so I assume she can make bubbles. We cut inside their base. From the outside it looks very traditional, you know, the slanted sort of roof and everything. The inside is all technological looking. Shigaraki said at the end that he was walking around underground in circles. My camera's going to cut off in a moment. Okay, just to make sure it didn't cut me off in the middle of saying something. So their base is underground. We got the name of the Hasagai member in the white hood with the mask covering his whole face. Chrono, I think? Chrono, okay. Like crow because bird, and chrono because like time, maybe? Don't know, we need to find out about his quirk. So far all we've seen him do is use a gun, so. No, so his Overhaul's walking down the hall. He's fine. The guy possibly reaches out to Overhaul. He's sort of like begging for forgiveness a bit. Overhaul kills him. We get the shot of the blood, and the next shot of them walking away, his body lying on the floor and the blood everywhere. He's bubbled up on the side of his body that he used to attack the guy, so I'm curious. Yeah, so we get the Reservoir Dogs survived and are being taken into jail. And they're all smiling, and they said that previous ailments, including like cavities and stuff, have been healed. So, my initial thought when we first saw Overhaul was that he used like his quirk to somehow like fuse them with bits of the car and everything once it had blown up. Again, that could still be a part of someone else's quirk. Then we got him just kill Magne. And now we've got this reveal. I think his quirk is his name, Overhaul, which means to take something, take it apart, and like fix it back together, right? It's like if you're doing like an overhaul of a car, you disassemble it and repair it all. So that's what I think his quirk lets him do. So with the Reservoir Dogs, he's sort of broken them, taken them apart, if you look at the scene. And then we see here they're back together and better than ever. They have been overhauled. Yeah? No? I think that works, but then it just brings up Magne and that guy who he killed in the corridor. Again, so it's just a scratch and blows them up. So we don't know exactly how his quirk works, but that's what I think it is. Take living things apart and overhaul them. Because we've not seen him do it on any non-organic material or anything yet. Only people. And we got that bit of overhaul, like saying, oh, you're the key to this plan or something, showing Yuri to like a dentist chair or something. Their plan revolves around her. If she is his daughter, then I can see it being a bit like Todoroki perhaps. She has some combination of his and the mother's quirk. Or maybe a quirk that's just better than his, and he's like, okay, we need to take advantage of this. Ida can run on water. That's an interesting development. And then he has this discussion with All Might. That's a lot to take in. All Might was working on his own, which I assume is the case in Vigilantes, because we've not met or seen Nighteye or anything yet in that. And All Might was sort of alone and keeping his secret just to himself and everything, but then sort of revealed it to Suguuchi, and that's sort of why they're such good friends. He seems to be one of the first people he confided in. Then Nighteye joins him as his number 2, as his sidekick. 6 years ago they split up. 6 years ago, Nighteye predicted that in 6 to 7 years, or 7 to 8 years, from what Midoriya said, it's either this year that we're watching right now or next year, All Might will be killed brutally by a villain. However, the further into the future Nighteye sees, the less clear it is, or something like that. So, he could just die. He might not be killed brutally, but he's gonna die. Pretty definitively, or he just didn't see it right because it's so far in the future. Which is why I'm a bit on edge with Midoriya's idea of, oh, just go to him again, try and make up, and get him to use the foresight on you again to see if it's already changed. Which is a great idea, until they go, and we are inevitably going to find out that it hasn't. And that's what got me more on edge, because we'll go there, find out that it hasn't, and because Nighteye's not seeing 7 years into the future, he's only going to see, like, 2 years, it should be clearer, and we'll find out more specifics, which I don't like. But then again, Nighteye could have been seeing an alternate version of the story where All Might gets killed in the battle with All for One. That could easily be what it is, because that happened this year. The scene where Nighteye is sort of like begging him, that was really intense. Great acting. I need to check who the English VA is for Nighteye, because he did a great job this episode. He was one of the standouts. I also want to find out who does the English voice for Eri as well. Yeah, I liked that scene where All Might's on the phone telling... he's in his outfit from just after the sludge villain attack, so this must be him like about to go and tell Midoriya. He tells Nighteye, and Nighteye's screaming at the phone, and we cut back to All Might as he sort of smiles, and he's set on it. The two shots, I'll probably play them again here, the two shots that I loved in this episode, three, because it's just all one of them here again. But the two that I especially noticed was the one of Overhaul when he sort of realizes these guys are onto me. And he's looking down, his face is in shadow, but his eyes and everything are in just pitch black, inked in shadow. That's a really intimidating look. I like that a lot. And the other one, when Midoriya is talking to All Might about how he's going to die, we get a side-on shot of All Might's face. It looks like he's looking down, his face is in shadow, and the hair sort of blowing in the wind a bit. And then his hair gets blown back, and we see that he's looking back at Midoriya. That's a great moment. A brilliantly staged shot. I love that so much. I'm falling in love with moments like this in shows a lot more now that I'm an animation student and I have to think about like doing this stuff myself. That's a brilliant idea. I may end up ripping that off at some point. Well, no, because it sort of only works with All Might because his eyes are black, except from that sort of spark of hope in his bright blue eyes. It's brilliant design. Toshinori is my favourite character in this show. He's been phenomenal so far, and it looks like that's just going to keep going. And again, smiling at the end, and that shot just after the fist bump, with like the sun streaming down on them, that's brilliant. He's still this beacon of hope and light for Midoriya, and he is actively full-on acknowledging him here, just in that image. I love that. That could even be a wallpaper. That's a really nice image. I've not got much more to say on this. I think I've said everything. I've been ranting on for a bit here. And it's just the preview, which I'm not going to watch because I don't want spoilers. I've been Jack of all trades. I have loved this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, be sure to subscribe to be notified when I upload said video, and ring the wee notification bell to actually get notified. Till next time, bye.